morning San Antonio starts right now.
A critically low blood supply right now, and not just here in San Antonio. Ahead, details on why supplies are so low and how you can help.
A daring rescue in California to save a paraglider who crashed into a mountain and was all tangled up in his parachute cords. We'll have that for you at Morning Headlines.
Plus, with inflation at its highest since 1982, what is currently driving the price spikes, and are there ways to protect your cash? We have answers from a local expert in a live interview.
2021 was the 6th warmest year on record, according to new data, and it came with an unprecedented number of extreme weather events. A NOAA meteorologist joins us live to break down the latest temperature report.
A local company is developing a video game for the Air Force to recruit service members. Coming up. Tiffany Huerta shows us how the video game works. And good morning, everybody. We made it to Friday. It's January 14th.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to another warm, sunny day, but boy, things are going to change.
Big changes in the overnight hours, and all week long, our team of meteorologists has kind of been sounding the alarm about some extraordinarily gusty winds that will be in our area. Here's Justin with the latest thinking on that.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we don't want you to be surprised tomorrow morning when you wake up and winds are gusting to 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour. We've got to be prepared for it. It is going to move in with a cold front tonight. So let's take a look at kind of the change here. Today, we're expecting highs in the upper 70s here this afternoon across the entire area. Some 80s on the map. By Sunday morning, we'll be down close to freezing. So that's sort of the change that we have to prepare for. And that's just talking about temperatures. Again, the wind may be the biggest story here. 37 degrees right now in Bulverde, 50 in New Braunfels, 41 Port SA, 51 Stinson, 36 right now in Comfort, 40 out in Del Rio. And temperatures, just like yesterday, are going to warm up pretty rapidly today. Pollen count is in. Mountain Cedar's in the high category. Molds are low. We'll see where Mountain Cedar goes tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be the big test, because Mountain Cedar kind of it's felt like it's dropped off a little bit. But if those winds pick up, which they will, we'll see what Mountain Cedar does tomorrow morning. We'll keep you posted there. Today's forecast, 78 degrees, southerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour and gusty. We do have wind advisories in place, fire weather watches in place. We're going to detail all of that for you coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Let's check on Transcat right now. There's I-37 at Houston Street. No problems. Looks like the morning commute has essentially wound to an end.
Imagine you or a loved one end up in the hospital and need blood, but the doctor tells you they are out of your blood type. That is a reality the Red Cross says hospitals are facing across the country.
Indeed, blood supply levels are critically low throughout the U.S., including right here in San Antonio. This week, at a perfect time to donate. For more, we bring in KSAT reporter Lee Waldman, who had a story earlier this week. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you both?
We're well, thank you.
Good. Thank you for joining us. Well, Lee, first off, we've talked about this blood shortage for a while now. So when was a nationwide blood crisis declared?
It was declared earlier this week by the American Red Cross. They said since the start of this pandemic, there has been a 10% drop in their donor pool, which is fairly significant. That's also compounded on the fact that during the holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, there's a typical holiday slowdown that they're experiencing. That combined with the already seen drop in donors, it's led to this critical point that we're at right now. And the pandemic is making things even worse. During the surge of the Delta variant, we saw the donor pool drop even more, and that's happening yet again with this Omicron surge that we're seeing not only here in San Antonio, but across the entire United States. They're hoping that by declaring this national blood crisis, people will hear this, it will resonate, and it'll inspire people who maybe haven't donated before to get out there, roll up their sleeves, and make a life-saving donation that can really help someone who desperately needs it.
Lee, in your story that aired earlier this week, I think you talked with a local doctor who said tough decisions are going to have to be made. Are we starting to see that kind of impact on patient care already?
We are, and that's the unfortunate part about this. People who are dealing with sickle cell anemia, they rely on blood transfusions, and often blood transfusions. Back in December, we spoke with a 16-year-old who expects to get those every few weeks, and now she's having to go longer durations between getting those blood transfusions that she relies on. They're also starting to have difficult conversations with physicians inside of their hospitals, asking, can your stable patient wait just another day for the blood that they need. And that can start to have an impact on patient care. You can start to see a patient with stable condition move into that critical condition because they're not getting the life-saving blood that they need. And it's also happening at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. There are so many hospitals across South Texas, even one in Lubbock, that relies on blood from the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. Now that center is starting to ask hospitals, can your patients wait? We don't have the blood you need. Can they wait just another day? And they tell me that's a very heartbreaking conversation to have because there's no other resource like life-saving blood.
And Lee, you've mentioned before how easy donating can be. Can you explain that process?
I can. It is incredibly, incredibly easy to do. So I am going to give you a couple different ways. If you have access to the internet, you can donate directly to University Hospital by going to donatebloodtoday.com. You can give them a call. It is 210-358-2812. That number right there on your screen, just in case I spoke too fast and you didn't have a chance to write it down. Or you can donate directly to the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center by visiting southtexasblood.org or calling them at 210-731-5590. And if you want to go to a blood drive, there's one happening this Saturday. So take down this information too. It's happening at the AT&T Center from 8:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. And get this, the first 400 donors, you want to get there early because you can receive 2 free Spurs tickets. You can receive a coupon for a pint of ice cream, a t-shirt, and a $10 value for a donor reward card. So there's a lot of stuff that you can get for showing up early and donating. They need at least 600 donations a day to meet the need that we have. A New Year's resolution you can set for yourself is 2 donations in 2022. It's so easy to do. And then even happening today at the donor pavilion at 11 a.m., we're going to hear from Mayor Ron Nirenberg and also County Judge Nelson Wolf and several representatives with local hospitals and the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center talking about how great this need is and just how easy it is to make a difference in someone's life because there's no other resource like blood.
All right, it's time for San Antonians to roll up their sleeves for another great cause. KSAT's Lee Waldman, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good weekend. Well, folks, in your morning headlines, more arrests in connection to the January 6th attacks on Capitol Hill, and a helicopter rescue team pulls off a daring attempt to save a paraglider.
Hope stayed alive a week after a house was deemed unsafe because of a landslide, and it paid off for Sammy. David Sears is here to explain all of this morning.
Not going to tell you who Sammy is yet.
Okay.
But it's a beloved pet. We'll go with it. Give that away. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's start with this. The leader of the Oath Keepers is going before a judge today here in Texas. Stuart Rhodes was arrested at his home in Little Elm. That is north of Dallas near Frisco. Stewart has been charged with seditious conspiracy in relation to his role in the attack on the Capitol back on January 6th. 10 other members of the fringe group have also been charged with the same crime. The seditious conspiracy charge means the 11 people were conspiring to overthrow the U.S. government. The punishment is up to 20 years in jail. Another member was arrested, Edward Viejo. He will face a judge in an Arizona courtroom today. By the way, according to some experts, seditious conspiracy very seldom charged, hard to prove in court, not to mention politically motivated. That mountain, the scene of a life-saving rescue in California by a CHP helicopter team. A paraglider crashed into the side of that mountain. Another paraglider spotted him, then landed to help that victim who was unconscious. The second paraglider ended up calling 911. The rescue team flew into action knowing time was critical. They got over the scene and realized it was going to get complicated.
White parachute and green parachute.
We knew we could not land. This was not the normal rescue.
First, the chopper couldn't land, so they had to hover about 50 feet over the crash site. Then the victim was all tangled up in the parachute cord, so they had to all be cut up to get the guy free. The rescue officers said they used to do rescues like this a few times a month, but since the pandemic started, they're now performing these rescues several times a week. No word on how that victim is doing right now. And finally, disaster averted in Seattle. This house got caught up in a landslide. It was too dangerous for the residents to get back in, but panic was setting in because their dog was caught inside the dangerous home. And what made it worse, the landslide happened a week ago. And the owners kept coming back to the house. They got as close as they could get, hoping to hear something. Finally, the owners heard their dog crying for help. When the fire rescue crew got there, they could also hear the dog. They took their time, made sure they were safe, and headed in. They cut through some walls and the floor. Sure enough, they found Sammy. Oh, there he is, big black Labrador. Dude, wait a little bit. Took a second to get him down the ladder, but you can see a very emotional reunion when Sammy got back down to the ground. Yeah, Sammy just goes, yeah, hugs and kisses, great. Give me some food. I've been stuck in that house for a week, but nothing. Come on, feed me.
Looks pretty good.
That does look
all
good.
All things considered.
Yeah. Look how dangerous that house is sitting on the side of that hill up there in Seattle.
Oh, we're glad Sammy's
Wow.
okay.
There you go. There's your feel-good story to get you started for the weekend.
We appreciate it.
Sammy's good.
Good.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Well, this week's KSAT, a local company developing a video game to train and recruit some service members.
The IMG studio won an Air Force contract to build this game that emphasizes STEM skills and allows users to design and fly aircraft.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the company's headquarters with more on the story. Good morning, Tiff.
Good morning, guys. This video game is very, very detailed. They began developing it about a year ago. Just check it out. This is just a little bit of what you will see in the game. The IMG studio hopes this game will open people's eyes to all the different careers that the Air Force has to offer. And to talk a little bit more about this game, we have James Chandler with the IMG studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us about what experience users will get when they go into this game.
Yeah, so what we've created here is a game for the user to come in and build a plane and then fly it, basically. So it's kind of a STEM-minded, we want STEM recruits for the Air Force, that type of thing.
And this all started about a year ago. So what's the stages like?
So yeah, we're in phase 1 right now. We're going to be going for a phase 2 shortly. And that's just the next step in this process.
You all recently also teamed up with another company. How is that going to work?
Correct. So we teamed up with Pilot Pipeline out of New York, and they're doing more of the commercial side of things. So there's going to be about 500,000 pilots needed in the next 20 years. So we want to also get kind of the commercial side, not just the Air Force pilots involved and the STEM-minded people as well.
So this game, how do you think it's going to impact here the Air Force community?
So yeah, we hope there's just a huge gaming community, especially in the recruitment level these days. So I think the Air Force is taking a very strategic look at making this game powerful to recruit the new generation of pilots and STEM-minded kids.
Really incredible. And is it easy to use?
Yes, it's very easy to use. We'll create a sandbox for the user, so they're actually creating a lot of the stuff on their own. We're not doing a lot of that work for them, so that's kind of the fun part of it.
And you expect this to be complete like in 15 months?
Yeah, about 15 months for the phase 2, so that they give you a maximum of 15 months to complete it. So.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Coming up on the noon show, we'll talk a little bit about the other games that they're also working on. We talked about them a few years ago, but we'll revisit them again. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Tiffany, we look forward to that. Thank you.
9/11 on your Friday morning, about 49 degrees still ahead on the show.
A fire investigation underway at a former restaurant on the city's northwest side. What investigators think happened?
Plus, we are announcing our KSAT Educator of the Month this morning. That's coming up in our next half hour.
But first, a NOAA meteorologist joins us live to break down the latest global temperature report and what it means for the future of our planet.
9:15. Welcome back. All morning long, we've been talking about what could be some very, very gusty winds and getting the patio furniture, trash cans, everything in order, the front porch and the back porch.
Yes, and we have to do that tonight because I guess it's coming about midnight.
Yes, that's great advice. So if your trash can is outside, and we joke about this, but it's kind of a serious thing. Your trash can is going to be blowing down the street. You won't find it with these winds the way they're going to blow tomorrow morning. So just a heads up there. Before we jump into the forecast, though, I do need to point out that Del Rio, warmest place in the country yesterday, 82 degrees. Set a daily record there, pretty impressive. So we've got the heat down here in Texas. Cold spot this morning, Grand Marais, Minnesota, -15 there. Gosh, that sounds awful. 97 degrees, the temperature difference between the low and the high. We're going to see another warm day today, but temperatures will cool down over the weekend. Right now, we've got mostly clear skies, 49 degrees, northwesterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. Dew point is at 34. so the air is still relatively dry. 39 Boulevardy, 46 Bernie Stage, 47 in Divine, 48 in Hondo, 47 out in Del Rio. So cooling down from that high yesterday, but it warms right back up. With this dry air today, just like yesterday, we'll get those temperatures back into the 70s. And just based on the fact that we got up to 77 yesterday, we're going to go 78 today. Temperatures will be at about 74 at 2 o'clock, and then up near our high temperature around 4, dropping back down into the 60s by 6 p.m. Then the changes arrive tonight. We think that front is moving into the Hill Country by 10 p.m. It's moving into San Antonio just after midnight and through the rest of our area by 2 a.m. What can you expect? Wind gusts to 50 miles per hour likely. Temperatures only in the mid-50s tomorrow, so that's the change in temperature. And then we are expecting a potential freeze Sunday morning once those winds calm down. As we look at temperatures across the state, still fairly uniform. That cold front still to the north, still gathering itself here. We've still got some dry air that's going to push in behind it, but it's kind of hard to pick out this front because the air is still really dry here across Texas. And again, this is just going to be sort of a reinforcing shot. The bigger story with this front, as we've been saying, are the gusty winds. And here are the forecast wind gusts. By 6 p.m. today, Amarillo and Lubbock will be seeing the gusty winds. A lot of dust flying up there, as you might imagine. By midnight, front is on our doorstep, and you see the gusts around Fredericksburg, Rock Springs, Del Rio, already gusting to near 40. By 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, this particular model has wind gusts up over 50 miles per hour. I think that may be a little high, but we do need to prepare for gusts close to 50 here around San Antonio and really anywhere here around South Texas. So just know when you wake up tomorrow morning, it is going to be very, very gusty. Those winds try to calm a little bit by the evening, but we're still talking gusts here around 35 miles per hour. It's not until Saturday night, early Sunday morning that those winds really start to relax. So wind advisories in place tomorrow. Fire weather watch in effect tomorrow, especially west of San Antonio, where relative humidity really drops off and we get those gusty winds. Any outdoor burning, well, you just don't want to do it. Not a good idea tomorrow, where the fire could spread very quickly. The pattern after that, we get less wind on Sunday. That storm system moves up the East Coast and will be a big winter weather maker for those folks. Our 7-day forecast, we'll go 56 tomorrow once that front comes through. 31 Sunday morning, 59 on Sunday. We rebound into the 60s and 70s next week. And we get another front, looks like late Wednesday into Thursday. We'll keep you posted there how it affects our forecast. But right now, looks to be precipitation free, guys.
All right. Thank you, Justin. We're going to keep Justin in the loop here for a moment. If you thought last summer was hotter than ever, you'd be correct. The continental U.S. and many locations around the world tied or broke heat records in 2021.
It was also a year of extremes around the world, from the first ever rainfall in the Greenland ice cap to a historic late season wildfire outside Denver and a devastating tornado outbreak in the Midwest.
All those things. Well, NASA and NOAA have released the latest global temperature update for 2021. And here to help us tell us where the year fell in the record books is NOAA meteorologist Karen Gleason. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. First off, NASA and NOAA have just released the global temperature data for 2021. Where does last year rank for hottest years on record?
So looking at the global data, it was 6th warmest on record, and records go back to the mid-1880s. The eight warmest years on record for the globe have all occurred in the last 8 years. So that's pretty remarkable. Zooming in a little closer to home, for the lower 48 in the contiguous U.S., we experienced our 4th warmest year on record. And the 6 warmest years on record for the U.S. have all occurred since 2012.
Hey there, Karen. As we mentioned earlier, we saw quite a few disasters and extreme events in 2021, even a couple of floods here in San Antonio. So explain how changing global temperatures impact these kind of extreme events.
So extreme events aren't anything really new. We've had extreme events pretty much forever. But what a warming world does to extreme events is it kind of fuels them. It gives them additional energy because warming temperatures provide the atmosphere to hold more moisture, which means that rainfall events can be more intense. It also means that there's more evaporation. So areas that experience drought can have more intense droughts. As we know, there was tremendous heat in the Pacific Northwest in June this past year. That particular heat wave likely would have occurred regardless of global warming, but it was intensified by the heat that's been building over the years. So basically speaking, all of the events that we see, the extremes, there's nothing new there, but what we can say is that these extremes become more intensified by the increase in the atmospheric temperature.
Karen, other than natural disasters, how else are we being impacted by global temperature changes?
Well, if you take a look at agriculture, for instance, a farmer typically plants certain crops year over year. And when temperatures increase, it's almost like they're moving their farm to another location. And some crops can't grow in certain locations. So it has agricultural impacts. Certainly human health is a concern, heat building and nighttime not cooling down to provide relief to the human body can cause and exacerbate other health conditions. So these are things that, we are concerned about.
Okay, let's look down the line. What do we expect to see in the future in terms of heat and these global events?
So we expect for temperatures in general to continue to rise as long as our greenhouse gases remain elevated, carbon dioxide being sort of the main driver. And so with the increase in temperature, we expect there to be more heat that will help amplify the intensity of hurricanes, that will make flash flooding events more intense and more severe, droughts more severe. So really that increase in temperature, which we may not see every year, but the overall trend will continue to go up.
All right. Well, NOAA meteorologist Karen Gleason, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Karen. Have a good weekend. Well, still ahead on GMSA 9, a look at some of the top local stories we're following right now, including a stabbing that sent one man to the hospital overnight. Some top local stories we're following today. A man's in the hospital fighting for his life after he was stabbed last night.
At the Indian Hollow Apartments on West Avenue near Wurzbach Parkway, that's where San Antonio police say the man in his 40s was stabbed several times in the stomach by a woman in her 30s. We're told an argument between the two led up to the stabbing. The man was rushed to the hospital where he's now listed in critical condition. And crews investigating an overnight fire at a boarded-up restaurant on the city's northwest side. It happened around 1 this morning at what used to be Joe's Crab Shack near Loop 410 and Babcock Road. Fire investigators believe it was a work of an arsonist. They say it appears someone threw a Molotov cocktail through a window to spark the flames. It's also the second suspicious fire at this location within the last few months. Police tell us an officer driving the area noticed smoke coming from the building. According to fire crews, the flames were mostly knocked out by the building's sprinkler system. So far, no arrests have been made in connection with this incident. And cleanup is underway following a fire at a Northside home last night. Happened around 10 last night at a house on Wendell Street, not far from Harry Wurzbach and Loop 410. Firefighters believe the flue in the chimney became separated due to some ground shifting, and that caused the fire in the home's attic. The flames were quickly put out and no one was hurt. Damages are estimated at around $20,000. Time check, just about 9:30, 52 degrees. A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. And so KSAT is launching a new series called KSAT Educator of the Month. And we have our first winner this morning. We're going to introduce you to her in our next half hour. But first, a local economics expert joins us to break down where the highest, with more on the highest inflation and where we've seen it come from. Actually, the highest inflation we've seen in decades is coming from. And a quick check of the roads with trans guys. Some problems there at 151 and Loop 410. Looks like they're kind of making everyone get off the highway there. We'll be right back. Inflation has hit a nearly 4-decade high, and many families are feeling the impact. Nearly everything costs more. So what's driving the rising prices? For answers, we bring in a local economics expert and professor at Trinity University, Dr. David McPherson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. McPherson, first off, what everyone wants to know, help us pinpoint exactly what's causing inflation right now.
It's a combination of supply chain issues as well as too much stimulus going into the economy at once. So the big spending program that Congress passed in the spring was paid for largely by increases in the money supply. And so we have too much money chasing too few goods.
And what can people at home expect to see in the next few months to a year as far as the price of things?
There's a lot of inflation still built into the economy. Rents haven't been adjusted yet for inflation partially. And also those wholesale price increases haven't been fully reflected in the retail prices. And there's still stimulus going through the economy. So inflation's still going to be a problem this year.
Sounds like we could still see across the board increases on almost all goods and services, Dr. McPherson. Are there ways that people can protect themselves from inflation? Is it just a matter of kind of letting things slowly return to normal, whatever that is these days?
Well, there are two things one can do that we're doing. One is to buy inflation bonds. Right now, they're paying about 7%, and that helps protect you against inflation. And the other thing one can do is delay purchases of things like cars until those prices start to abate. And so I think both of those can help mitigate some of the effects if you can.
And how long do inflation periods usually last, and when could this one end?
Well, in the 1970s, 73 to the early 80s, it was a long stretch of high inflation. And that's partly because the Federal Reserve didn't do a good job trying to stop the inflation. I think we're more aware now of the effects of inflation. And so the Federal Reserve is yesterday, in testimony before Congress, Powell was arguing that the Federal Reserve is going to be trying to address this issue, but it won't stop instantly. It takes time.
All right, we'll just have to hang in there. Dr. David McPherson, professor at Trinity University, thank you for your time, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're at 54 degrees, looking nice and sunny out there.
Yeah, clear skies, temperatures warming up again. Just like yesterday, we're going to jump up pretty quickly into the 70s. It should be a great afternoon. Of course, that all changes tonight pretty abruptly. Let's go to the maps and show you where our storm system is right now over Nebraska. This is dropping south and east. This is the storm system that will push that cold front through. It's also the storm system that will create a pretty intense gradient, and that's why we're expecting pressure gradient, and that's why we're expecting those gusty winds tomorrow morning. There's the scene outside. We do have a few cirrus clouds working across the sky. 49 degrees at the moment, 34 the dew point, northwesterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. Those winds will turn south today, and it will get a little breezy by the afternoon, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but not like what we're going to see tomorrow. 40 right now in Kerrville, 40 in Comfort, 49 in Gonzales, 51 in Pleasanton, 53 in Uvalde. Temperatures are on their way up. Forecast for today, we should be close to 70 by noontime. 78 is what we're shooting for this afternoon. A warm day with those gusty southerly winds. The cold front right now is scheduled to be here just after midnight, at least here in San Antonio, and that's when we could see winds really start to pick up. Gusts possible up to 50 miles per hour tomorrow. We're going to talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Justin, thank you. We got some information from Stephen Cavazos about what's happening out here right now. You're looking live. There's a crash listed at 151 westbound at Petranco. He says right now the 410 the 410 ramp to 151 is closed. 151 itself also closed, and says vehicles are being directed off into the grassy median. That is information according to TransGuide. But so if you can avoid travel in the 151, 410 area for the time being, travel, especially westbound, is highly discouraged. You see the big backup right there on the frontage road near that shopping center. Well, she led her theater students to a state championship in one-act play in the middle of a pandemic.
We're talking about Amanda Pyle, who has been recognized as KSAT's Educator of the Month. However, as Amanda tells us, what means the most to her is the lasting impact that she can have as an educator.
There was a moose. It's all about the theater students at Taft High School. That's what drives Amanda Pyle to put in the hours and to work hard, ultimately guiding her students to success.
I love teaching. I'm so passionate about it. I always tell them that this is my dream job and that I wouldn't want to do anything else.
1, 2, 3. However, Amanda Pyle, who is now the theater director and fine arts coordinator at Taft High School, initially had different plans for her career path.
So I went to college in California. I went to USC, and I wanted to be an actress and do all of that. And I did that in Los Angeles for a little bit, and I was like, I'm done. Actors! Let's come back to our seats, please.
Amanda tells us at the time she didn't love what she was doing, so she made the move to San Antonio to pursue something she did love. Now, Amanda is in her 14th year of teaching and her 9th year at Taft High School. During the height of the pandemic, teachers faced many challenges, especially in theater. However, Amanda Pyle said the show must go on.
We had last year was really hard, but we had a really cool ending to the year. We won the state championship in one act play. And that was amazing. The lasting impact that I can have as an educator means the most to me.
Amanda Pyle is being recognized as KSAT's Educator of the Month, and her students couldn't be prouder.
It means a lot because I know she works like crazy hard. I constantly know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I feel like she does a really good job at teaching us how to grow like wherever we are in our like theater journey.
Yeah.
Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
And a lot of educators, went through a lot through the pandemic, but the fact that she was able to take them and win the state championship, very, very impressive.
And that's a testament to what she's doing for sure.
It really is.
I can safely say this, it sounds like Amanda Pyle is the one that should be taking the bow.
Yes, I think so. Congratulations.
Congratulations indeed. More to come on that series. 9:38, about 55 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
RJ and David are back with a look ahead to this weekend's sports matchups. The Spurs are back home tonight looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. We hope so.
And here we go. It's the start of the NFL playoffs wild card weekend. Full slate of games, including tomorrow. David is back. Woo. RJ here with a preview of the weekend in sports.
Yes.
Snap a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, I like that.
Just like that. Let's see if they can do that.
If it was only that easy.
It's only that easy. The problem is they're playing a really good team. They're playing the 6th best team in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. So this is not going to be easy.
Yeah, one of the better Cavs teams that we've seen in years since that guy LeBron James played for Cleveland.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy.
LeBron James. But some good news for the Spurs.
Good news.
We get Doug McDermott, Big Buckets back.
Buckets is coming back. And they need some buckets from Big Doug. Doug needs to shoot the ball tonight. Just let it fly, man. Just let it go. And Derek White is listed as questionable. That could change. But we know we got Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson back the other night, so they're almost back to a full roster. So all those guys that we were trying to figure out who they were, it doesn't matter. Poor guys now. Who? Although Josh Primo,
the 10-minute contract guys.
We'll remember Josh Primo because he had some pretty good starts in pretty good games. So they're trying to break the 4-game losing streak. They've got the Cavs tonight, and then they got the Clippers tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So your friend is coming to town, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know.
He might. Yeah, he may make the trip.
That guy.
Spurs though still hanging around there. They're still hanging around in this, that playing spot. That's literally what they're doing, hanging on here.
They're down to 13th in the West.
And
there's how many teams in the West? 15?
It's not very many more.
No, they're getting closer to the bottom than they are the top.
Yeah, we need some wins. We need some wins here, and hopefully they can get things going here tonight agast Cleveland here at the 8th.
You know what we need? We need the All-Star game to come up that weekend so they can take a week off.
A week off.
And rest. That's really what they should. They can just hang in there till then and get some rest and then hopefully turn things around when it comes time for.
You guys notice I haven't said a whole lot this week about our Spurs?
Yeah, it's been tough.
Because Mom always said,
don't have anything to say. Don't say anything at all.
Here's the deal. If you're having a hard time in the Spurs, you want to root for them. We all love the Spurs. Of
course.
You want to root for them, but you're looking for an alternative. Texas Tech is having a great season. Those guys are just barreling away. So, if you need some solid winning basketball, just tune over to Texas Tech basketball. Matter of fact.
And here I thought you were going to say, enjoy DeJounte Murray being
that's what I mean. You can do that. You can look at all that. But on off nights when the Spurs are not playing or something, you say, hey, let me see some guys who really,
Good win against Baylor the other day.
They had a good win again, won again last night. Play Kansas State on Saturday.
No.
All right, let's get to some football.
Yes,
Some football.
Powered by Davis Law Firm.
Justin,
Here we go.
Justin's having a hard time dealing
Wild
with that.
card weekend.
All-Star weekend. Micah
We have to
Parsons
hear this
is
all the
back.
time about
Hey,
Texas
the
Tech.
Cowboys are taking on the 49ers on Sunday. The 49ers looked really good in that comeback win over the Rams last week. Garoppolo, what's his first name?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
So
Garoppolo.
what they call him. Yeah.
He sparked him. And the Cowboys offense is going to have to show up on Sunday.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott is going to have to, whatever was going on through the season, he's going to have that game that was really good.
Yeah, we saw
That guy's got to show up.
Micah Parsons did not play in the regular season finale,
Right.
so Micah's good to go. Should get Tyron Smith back. So, Cowboys seem ready to go here, and we're going to have the home crowd here.
Yep.
First playoff game at AT&T Stadium in a few years. So this is going to be a lot of fun here.
Another positive for the Cowboys is I believe Tony Pollard should be back as well. He's dealing with that plantar fasciitis, or that's painful stuff.
Yeah,
so he was out
is.
for a couple of weeks. So he should be back to, he can spell Zeke Elliott. So they'll have the running game going, and that's what they got to have.
I want to see how many Niners fans show up in Arlington, because you saw what they did in L.A. versus.
That was an incredible scene. It was like almost
Yeah.
50-50 with Rams fans and 49ers fans. I would hope
Surprise.
that the Cowboys season ticket holders, I know they like to make some money off of these tickets in the regular season, but I would hope that they would pack that stadium, because you're right, the Niners fans can travel, and they're all over the place too.
Just don't sell your tickets to Niners fans.
There we go.
And this is the playoffs. So it's a little bit different.
Right.
And I think Jerry Jones was hoping to have over 100,000 people. With standing room only, they can have like 109,000 or something there. So he's hoping to have over 100,000 people there on Sunday afternoon. So that'd be great. So let's look at the schedule for the week. It's super, what do they call it? Super wild card weekend.
It is. It's got a lot of games now. Extra game now since they've added an extra team.
So Sunday, what happened did I miss Saturday?
I don't think so.
Well, these are NFC matchups.
Oh, those are
NFC matchups. Yeah, so we're looking at the
Saturday.
NFC.
I was trying to
There are
go
games
chronologically.
You're thinking about that Texas Tech basketball.
He's just worried about Texas, the Red Raiders. NFC matchups, we had Philly versus Tampa Bay. There we go. Yeah, and then, of course, that Niners-Cowboys game. And then the Cardinals-Rams, that's a Monday night game. So first time ever that we've had a Monday night wildcard playoff game.
That's
AFC
cool.
matchups.
Oh, now here we go.
Here we go.
Now we're going back to Saturday.
Got some Saturday.
So back
games.
up. So on Saturday, while the wind's blowing 65 miles an hour, you stay in your house and watch some football, I guess. Raiders and Bengals. Right, Justin? What'd you say? Like really fast? Huh?
Wind gusts?
Not quite 65, but 50. You're close.
Okay, close enough. You can watch your trash can blow down the street and go Raiders or something, whatever. Pats and Bills Saturday, and then Steelers. Is this the last game for Ben Roethlisberger as the Steelers quarterback?
Well, they thought it was going to be his last game 2 weeks ago when they were.
Yeah, but they keep winning and they're in the playoffs.
They somehow
now.
ended up in the playoffs.
If they lose to the Chiefs, will he be done in Pittsburgh?
I'm going to say that they probably have a good chance of losing to the Chiefs.
So,
just off the top of my head.
So then, what's the chances of him being a Steeler next year?
That's a good question. I know he said we don't stand a chance against the Chiefs.
Right,
I didn't know if that was motivation or Ben just being Ben.
That's motivation. Yeah, that's Ben being Ben.
Yeah.
And by the way, we were surprised yesterday. This pretty much sums up the problem with the Texans. The guy gets a head coaching job. He comes in. He's got all these distractions to deal with. He's got the Deshaun Watson thing. He lost J.J. Watt. He's got no draft picks. He's got nothing.
Yeah.
And he wins 4 games with nothing, and they fire him.
Yep, that would be David Culley.
Got fired yesterday.
David Culley, after one season with the Texans, and again, the Texans right now, management all over the place trying to figure things out, obviously with the Deshaun thing. But the Texans played hard, though.
They did.
They played hard all season long, but not.
I did not
give him a long.
That was like everybody in the NFL shaking their head. You could have taken the best players off of Alabama and off of Georgia, put them together and won 4 games in the NFL, maybe. Some of those teams they were playing. And this poor guy, what? Give him a chance. My goodness. No wonder they're.
We can't blame Bill O'Brien for this one, can we?
No, we
can't.
Not this time.
Okay.
All right.
Everything else leading up to it.
Go Spurs, go.
Yes.
Spurs, go.
Spurs.
Love that enthusiasm.
Playoffs.
There you go.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Yes,
Here, yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
All right, guys,
Busy
thank
weekend.
you very much. We're going to be watching a lot of football this weekend.
Yes, we will, because we won't be outside in the wind.
Indoor viewing is highly recommended, especially for tomorrow and these cold mornings ahead.
Yeah, those gusty winds, too. I'm sure there's going to be some dust blowing around. Hey, I was just looking at the forecast for the Bills game, by the way. It's going to be about 5 degrees.
Ouch.
Is this the game they said may be the coldest NFL game ever?
Well, I think that there's been a game or two. The Ice Bowl comes to mind,
right.
Green Bay and Cowboys. But I'll have to look into
one
that.
of the coldest.
One of the coldest for sure. It is going to be pretty cold out there. Let's take a look at the time lapse. It is not cold here. We got up into the 70s yesterday. It was very warm, well above average. We're going to see that again this afternoon. 49 degrees right now. Northwesterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. Dew point is at 34, so the air is still fairly dry. 48 Canyon Lake, 43 Comfort, 48 Rio Medina. But you see these numbers starting to jump up some. And like yesterday, we'll be near 70 by noontime. So a rapid increase in temperatures and then a nice afternoon with mostly sunny skies. 58 in Uvalde already, 54 Carrizo Springs, 56 right now down there in Pleasanton. Our forecast here, I think right around 70 noontime, 74 2 o'clock. And then we're closing in on the upper 70s this afternoon. This is sort of our last warm day here because our cold front comes in tonight. And the dew point does try to rise a little bit, but it still is even in the dry category right before that front comes through because it's going to shove dry air right back in here. And in fact, dew points are going to be lower as we get into tomorrow afternoon. And with that really dry air, this gusty winds, there is a threat or a fire concern there. You look at the dew points across the state, still very dry. And this is the reason we're not getting any rain with this front. Boy, we can use it, but it's just not there. So this front shifts south. And we can really see it with the wind gusts. These are forecast wind gusts. This is around 6 o'clock today. Gusting to 47 in Amarillo, gusting to 38 in Lubbock. As we get into, say, midnight, fronts on our doorstep here in San Antonio, we're already getting gusts close to 40 in the hill country. And then by sunrise Saturday, this particular model has wind gusts all the way up into the 50s. I don't know that it's quite this high, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple gusts over 50 miles per hour. So be prepared for that tomorrow morning. If you have plans to be outside, just know these winds are going to be very, very strong. And they do try to calm some by the afternoon and evening, but we're still talking gusts 35 miles per hour here through 6 p.m. It will take until Sunday morning for those winds really to calm. So as you might imagine, a wind advisory is in effect midnight through 6 p.m. tomorrow. Fire weather watch is in effect 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday. This is where relative humidity will be less than 20%. Basically, our western counties, this is also where the drought is a problem. So any outdoor burning is certainly not advised. Less wind on Sunday. This storm system works right up the East Coast, though. It does bring rain and snow there. This could be a pretty big weather maker for the East Coast, so just a heads up if you have friends or family out east. 56 Saturday, temperatures fall down close to freezing Sunday morning. Same story Monday morning, but we're back in the 60s and 70s much of next week. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, again, a traffic alert. Highway 151 westbound near Petranco presently closed due to a major crash. The on-ramp at 410 to Highway 151 is also closed. Police are advising you find an alternate route. You see that closed right there and the stacking of traffic there on the access road. That access road is already busy pretty much any time of the day during business hours because of all those shops and restaurants in that area.
Yeah,
So,
but hopefully before you head out, you'll see this and, find another way or just hold off on, on your ride.
be safe out there and bundle up this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one. Have a great weekend, guys.